छाया आसमां में, देखो झूमता गगन, हे छाया आसमां में, देखो झूमता गगन,
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We're starting, it's 8:54 my time, Central Time. We're starting just a little bit early. And let me get my cedar going real quick. We've got some work to do. I've got work to do. And it's Saturday night. And it's the 20th, December freaking 20th. So, yes, we are on the eve of the solstice, and depending upon where you live in the world, some of you might be on the 21st already. I have a quick, channel business I got to take care of real quick here. So let me get that underway, and then we will get on with the business. So in case, before I start even looking at comments and stuff, and to see who's all here for readings, there's two formats for anybody who hasn't been here before. There's a vertical, there's a horizontal. If you look in the title, you should be able to tell on your screen. Yeah, the vertical format. It's a little bit more challenging to actually see a chart in that format. So if you don't like it, go find the other format, the horizontal one. Just go to the YouTube main channel page. There should be two streams, because it's one stream, but they show you two options. And in those two options, pick the horizontal one. It's that simple. Plus, I do see the chat, just so everybody's aware. I see the chat from both the streams. StreamYard streams them together. And we see both of them. So, for everybody that is here, if you want your chart read, obviously I have to have your digits ahead of time: birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. And for those of you who are here because you're just awesome people and you're here to learn and you don't even want your chart read tonight, which is fine. A lot of folks pass because we do first come, first serve. So we go in order. Those who have sent money to the channel as a channel gift, I spend more time on their charts. If you don't do that, I give you a quick read, not a problem. And for those who are just passing, put in capital letters in the chat, pass. Make sure you put pass so we can kind of move through this as smoothly as possible. That's what I ask, to make this as smooth as possible. Let me kind of get rid of this other thing over here. StreamYard made a couple of changes, so things might be moved around and look a little different or seem different, but it's all good. At least it is, as long as this damn thing stays up and running. I have been having a lot of tech issues for like the last 72 hours. It's one of those tech nightmares. So just kind of bear with me. And we are underway. So here we go. Let me get the channel business. My God. Okay. Hold on. Channel business. For January, just some slight changes we're going to be making. People have asked, I've been getting emails. So yeah, we're still going to be here every Saturday like we have been. And the change is going to be starting in January. We're going to start 1 hour earlier. That's my goal. That's what I'm shooting for. So we can run between 8 to 10 p.m. Okay, that's the goal. The second Saturday, I don't know if there's, people who are writing this down. This is kind of a lot. The second Saturday of every month. The Saturday in January, the second Saturday in January, will be the first ever Zoom Astro class. You follow? So that is Saturdays at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I think I've sent some emails out to other folks already saying it was going to start in February, but I think January. This is all fluctuating and changing, and it's all, yeah, we're just kind of winging it, right? So for right now, Saturday, January, I think it's the 10th, would be the second Saturday of the month. And so on Astro Class, if you want in on that, you have to send me a message via the email. It's down below. Okay. Other than that, the lives are 8 to 10 every Saturday, except for the last Saturday of every month. That's a private live. Okay. That is limited space. Yeah, you definitely have to email me to get in on that. Okay. So the December private lives is full. So the next one for January, I think, has a couple of spots left. So if you want in on the January private lives, the last Saturday of the month, email me and let me know. All right, let me get to this work that I've got here. I know I've got some people that sent me some emails. Frank, if you're here, I got your email. We'll check it out for you. I hope Bruce is here somewhere. Bruce sent me an email. Bruce, yeah, we'll see who showed up, and we go according to who shows up in the chat. That's the order of the stream. That's the order of the readings. So, all right, after all that long-winded intro, it's now officially time to begin. Ah, look at this. We got Christy here. What's going on, Christy? How are you? How are you feeling? Oh, there's Frank. Okay, Frank's not messing around. Happy holidays. That's right, everybody. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate. Boxing Day. Kwanzaa. Like yeah, whatever it is. Celebrate to celebrate. Find some joy. Find some good. And be with some people that you like and that like you, people that cherish you. And if you don't have none of that, then do something good for somebody else. Like that really, truly is a good way to feel good. People are always like, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that. And many times what we desire, if we would just give it and do it, that's how we receive it and we feel it. So, all right, moving along. Happy holidays. There we go. Christy and Frank. Frank says, I started a fast. All right, we got to get to work. I got to stop reading. So you guys got to let me know if you're passing. That will help me. Oh, Bruce, I see you. I scrolled to the very end and bam, Bruce said, I'm here. Princess says, I'm here. It's teamwork. Thank you, teamwork. Teamwork said I'm passing. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. Yeah. Kind of forgot that piece. Got to make sure everybody can hear or that my stuff's working. So I fixed mine. I was just used to seeing people's names in the chat, so I fixed mine. I thought other people would. Oh, look at this. Lou's got a list for me. Woohoo. Teamwork is passing. Lou wrote up a list. Dang, Lou, you're awesome. You're marvelous. Woohoo. All right. So, Christy. Oh, you're passing. Christy, that's the other thing. If you see a list, you see a lot of names, a lot of these people are passing. So just hold on tight. Don't get your undies in a bundle. Yeah, Lou, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. You might be missing some folks. Well, for the folks who want to get in on this, let's hope that they jump over to the horizontal format. Okay, so Christy's passing. Frank, you're up. Frank, I got your email, so we're going to go ahead and throw your chart up here, and we'll take a look. Katz is here. Hey, Katz, what's going on? It's been a minute. Good to see you here. Magically Intuitive, good to see you. And thank you, Lou. Lou's passing. Then it goes to Magically Intuitive. She's got the numbers. Okay, folks, you see your number? Yep. So, yeah, that means that Frank, you're number 1. Princess, you're number 2. Katz, you're going to be number 3. Teamwork is passing. Teamwork and Lou. Wow, this list goes fast. Then it's like Magically number 4, then Bruce number 5. And another name there. Make sure I have your birth digits, that last name on that list. Sharon, Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Yes, get them to me. Okay. All right, Frank, let's get this. Let me get your chart up here. I already know your question because I got your email. And thank you, Frank, for sending that ahead of time. That helps me to help you and to help the live stream so that we're not, farting around and burning time. And let's get Frank's chart up on the screen. I know like Frank wants to see this EF. So many charts. Let's see here. Frank, what do I have your chart? I always ask you this. I think I have it under E. Because I think that's how you, yep, E Frank. That's how I got you. Okay, let's get this up here. There we go. All right, so this works pretty well on the horizontal. And okay, so Frank, I got your chart and let me see this real quick. I know you were concerned about the Cancer energy. 13 degrees Cancer energy. That's what you're concerned about. Okay. Let me dial this chart back a little bit. Okay, so here, let's go like this. Let's remove this. This will be easier because we know we're looking at 13 degrees there. Okay, you got Hygeia at 11 degrees right next to it. Okay, so they're conjunct. Now, this event, there's already a video created for this event. Actually, it was recorded in November. Believe it or not. It will be actually, it won't be the very next video that comes up on the channel. It'll be the one right after that. So this means that, Frank, your sun is at 11 degrees, right? That's your concern. You're having there's a full moon that's going to be occurring. Yeah, let me scroll this back a minute because that already, let me scroll this back. Let me double check this for you, for me to make sure. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there is a 13 degrees sign of Cancer. Yep, that's a full moon event. And that's Frank's question, basically. What's that going to mean for me? So you see, you're going to have the sun and Mars and Venus all conjunct in Capricorn over there. And that means the moon is at the opposition. Okay. So because it's the moon in Cancer and the ruler of the big event will be the moon, So all you're doing is really looking, and that's why I kind of erased all of this so that we could go here. Yeah. So you have down here, like all of us do, okay? You have Hygeia, but right next to Hygeia is going to be Sirius, Sirius, which is considered like mother, divine goddess energy. Very strong feminine energy, very much about nurturing and home and family and history in the past, feminine energy, culture. It's steeped in memory, feelings and emotions. So the big thing for you is the 6th house, because this is where the full moon event occurs. So it's an ending of a daily routine, work routine, health routine. If there's a day-to-day routine domestic wise, because having Cancer in the 6th house screams family and home, right? And the 6th house is all about what I do on the regular day-to-day. Okay. So incorporated inside of that is also just, I eat, I sleep, I bathe, I brush my teeth. We think hygiene with 6th house with the Virgo stuff, but also what we're selecting to eat, because we think of stomach and digestion. but ending some sort of a routine and a cycle. And because it's in Cancer, oh, I don't know, this might have been something you used to nurture yourself. Think Cancer energy. So, what I think is going to be fascinating for you is because your sun's at 11 degrees and the sun itself up in the sky, right? Having a birthday, right? Like the day before, this is a kind of a reset, but it's also an ending because you're having like a solar return, right? So it comes down to you and your uniqueness and individuality, that freaking 11 degrees, and the Hygeia at 11 degrees is part of this event for you. So, just so that we all understand what the definition of the supermoon stuff is, right? The whole it's a supermoon. It's closer to the earth. And these supermoon events are usually more powerful because they're closer. They're felt more, right? And if we're feeling something more, moon, Cancer, emotions, and the history in the past. So whether it's a nurturing of self, a family, 11 degrees can be authority figure, can be dad energy. You've got it at both ends, right? Your sun is at 11 and you've got Hygeia there at 11. But being the authority of my own life and maybe changing up some things, ending something that you do on a regular, you being done with something. So the 13 degrees itself, like, I don't wanna spend time on that. I have an entire video on all of that, but it's happening in your 6th house. This is the event for you. So 13 degrees, we think of self. I mean, other than the 11 degrees where it's all about independence and freedom and your Hygeia, and the Hygeia talks about the health of something. And so the health of your home, the health of your foundational home, your emotions, think of childhood and how that was or wasn't for you, whether it was a positive or a negative or whatever that was. The group energy, 11 degrees, big time. So whether your family is like blood or whether you've kind of separated yourself from that, whether because 11 degrees can be like the black sheep of the family, right? There's a group, but yet I'm kind of the oddball out type of thing. So there might be something, yeah, some emotions about that. And there might be some stuff that's been unresolved in terms of wounds from the past and needing healing. And maybe even new beginnings involved, but maybe something with the autonomy, the independent spirit, the beginning things and maybe not finishing things because 13 degrees is the Aries stuff. You follow what you get where I'm going, right? But whatever you do for work, whatever you work at, part of your daily routine, you may be changing something, you may be finishing something. I will say though, for you, this will also trigger your Uranus energy because it's a strong sextile. You got a Uranus, which screams new and unique. I mean, we've gone deep on your stuff, right? And so it connects with that strongly. But again, there's with all the stuff you have over in Capricorn and having Venus and the Sun and Mars there, you are likely going to be striking out on some new goals. And what likely will happen because it's in your 12th is maybe things that you had been dreaming of. So, new work ambitions, right? Maybe even working on some sort of like legacy stuff because it's creative in that 12th house for you. So, an ending and a beginning. I mean, unless you have concerns about your, health or something, then I wouldn't be overly concerned. But just maybe even changing up something with the head and the appearance, because 13 degrees is the appearance. And yeah, the head. And sometimes we just, need to switch things up. But I would also add the head and Virgo energy, the mind, because it's in your 6th house. So things about the mind. And yeah, I'm seeing right now lit up as I'm flipping back over the detox stuff. Isn't that interesting? That's health. That's health. That's a very, very diligent Virgo thing. Like, okay, I'm getting on the game on this. I want to make this better. I want to improve upon something. Virgo, always wanting to be the great, improver of things and perfection for sure. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight. That's not until January. It is in the beginning of January, but The main thing is to understand the connection between emotional well-being, emotional stability, and the effects on your own health when you have that kind of water energy in your 6th house. All right? So, just keep that in mind. Balance would probably be something to work towards as much as possible with, an abundance of emotions in the house of health. Okay, so we're moving right along. At least I think I am moving right along. So Princess AK, are you here? Christy said passing. We're done with Frank. Princess AK, are you here? When I call your name, I got to see that you're here because I'm not pulling up the chart. If I don't see you, roll call type of thing. You are welcome. Thank you, Lou. Yep, Princess AK, you're up. Cats, you'll be next after that. Then Magically Intuitive. Then Bruce C can go fast. So we've got Lady Lovelace official. Lady Lovelace, if I don't have your digits, you might want to get them in. Birth time. Hey, Tim's here too. Woohoo. Hope you're doing good, Tim. Izzy, need your digits. If haven't been here before, get your digits to me. You can put them in the chat. If you're uncomfortable, send me an email. Speaking of an email, let me make a quick comment. Kat, I got you. I see you. How exciting. Yeah. Definitely, Kat. Yep. All right. I'll send you an email after for sure. Okay. Okay. So, Kat, I see you sent me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Is Princess here? Is Princess here? Going once, going twice. It's going to move fast. I'm not hanging out. You go back to the end of the line. We don't bump you out. We just put you to the back of the queue because it's not fair making people wait. Cats, you're up. Cats, are you here? Cats. I know you're here. You sent me an email. Princess is here. Oh, I'm sorry. Where's Princess? I didn't even see her. I didn't see her say I'm here. Oh, she jumped. She probably said it faster than I could even get in. Oh, Princess, I see you. My bad. All right, let's get Princess up here. All right. I was gonna say, I got an itchy palm. I got trigger fingers. What do people call that? When you're moving too fast? Yeah, I know what I'm calling that shit. That's Mars. Like, slow down. All right, let me get Princess up here. I do not read the chat unless I'm looking to see really who's going next. So, Princess, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't see that you sent me an email. So maybe we will just go with what jumps out at me. So, Princess, is that your name? I know you've been here before. I recognize your name, but why the hell don't I have you in here? Have you been here as a different name before? Hmm. Yeah. Have you? What? I don't think I have that name. How could I not have that name? I recognize that name. Oh no! Come on. I hate when this happens. Okay, let me check my phone and see if she. Okay, I got too much going on there. Let's see. Oh, Miss AK. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That totally helps because yeah. The shit's alphabetized here and there's a lot of M's and C's and L's and S's. I mean, S's are actually I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and I'm still in the goddamn S's. Okay, let me get to let me try Miss AK. Yeah, I got to have the name that you've came in originally with under your chart because that's Miss AK. We got you. Okay, thank you. Let's get this on the stage. Miss AK, thank you very much. That helps. Okay. Excellent. Okay, let me see here. Alrighty, so what's going to be happening pretty soon? I'm going to be honest with you. The north node jumped right out. The north node jumped right out. So, um, your Aries north node at 4 degrees jumped out. Home and family and self and mom energy, mothering, the past, independence, freedom, my body. So now my job is to find why this has jumped out. What's the astrology telling us here? Okay, so we have the transiting nodes. Oh, maybe that's why. So you're going to have, yeah, this is what's jumping out. So that's what I'm going to tell you. Once I know this is a little far off, but this is just what's popping in. This is what it is. And this is going to be actually kind of a while out now that I'm thinking about it, because we're going to have the nodes moving once we get into 2026, right? We have the south node in the Virgo, um, and then it's going to be in Leo, which is in your 8th house energy. So you're going to have, again, this is a bit of time away, but you're going to have the south node in the Leo in your 8th house of healing, transformation, of change. And when it's in Leo energy, Leo can be a lot of things. Fun. It can be about childhood and my creativity. But Leo in the 8th, there can be some issues and wounds about physical bonding, okay, and intimacy and taking risks, even, but having a good time and fun. And so as the South Node goes through there, yeah, not sure if that's what you're looking for, but a strong possibility of people coming through who you will have a strong connection with. And whether these are people that you already know, but then like lost contact with, who come back into your life, or people that you are like, okay, we're just meeting for the first time, but I feel like I've known you my whole life, type of thing. There will be a very deeply soulful connection, and it can be more. But you would want to tread cautiously, because when we're in the 8th and we're in the history in the past, this is steeped with a lot of memory of those bonded, fun, physical bonded things. So many times when we're under those strong impressions, we feel like, oh, yay, this is meant to be. And sure, it can be, but it doesn't always represent something that's meant to be forever. It can literally be the Leo, like, let's just have a good time kind of stuff. But the bigger picture is the healing. So in other words, you'll be hooking up and meeting, and maybe hooking up is too strong a word, but meeting up with people and connecting with people in deep ways, because it doesn't have to be a physical bond unless you want that. But it's to heal stuff from the past. You have a lot of stuff in Leo. And what the South Node is it brings back the past. And what will happen is it will eventually, not so much in 2026, because it's going to take a little time for the nodes to move, but the following year it will connect with your north node, which will be kind of like an ending but yet a beginning. Okay, so that's a little something to look forward to, but just be prepared, because yeah, you have Mars in your 8th house of physical bonds and taking risks and having a good time, and you also have vertex right there. So there's a lot of, this is really steeping with the past, but also fated energy, and desires is really strong. All right, so kind of keep that in mind, because there's just a processing and transforming and changing and healing that has to occur. All right, so we're moving on. Okay, so princess, now cat. Princess, now cat. And did cat, I think cat actually sent me a question. Let me go look. Cat, are you here? Yep, Kat's got a question, I believe. Let me go check that out and see where we're talking for Kat. Okay. 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 All right, no problem, Kat. We're doing that. Let's get Kat up here and we'll go and do career. Yeah, this is what are we, 5 days before the holidays, so it's like the new year's like bam. right around the corner. And oh, I have 2 of them for you. Okay. They're both the same. Let's get Kat up here. Did you guys all see that video for the 2026, some of the 2026 reveals? It's not a astrology heavy thing. It's just more of like a conversation that I'm giving you an overview. Because that actually will really give you like the overarching essence of 2026. All right, Kat, here's your chart. All right, we got Kat in there. Let's keep on rolling. You are welcome, Princess. Or Miss Princess, or yeah. Okay, so Kat's asking about career. And let's take a peek and see what we can see. Let me see real quick because I think okay, good. So Pluto, Kat, how you feeling with the Pluto now at 2 degrees? It's done being on your south node. I know that had to be some tricky. I know it was some tricky stuff. You had a couple of items there at 1 degrees in that Aquarius, and now it's finally moved, and it's not ever going back there ever again as a conjunction. So I'm hoping that the things feel better for you. Yeah, you have, that's why. Okay, again, another node was jumping in loudly, but the south node in Virgo. So because of its partnership energy, when we have south node going through there, it's getting lower and lower, and it's actually conjunct. Actually, let me get this off of here. You got Venus at 9 degrees. Okay, so your south node conjunct your Venus at 9. All right, so the Venus is the money and the income. And maybe that's kind of what you're thinking. Time for a new beginning or release and a let go. See, the south, like, are you considering something that you used to do or something going, I don't want to say taking a step backwards, but something you were already familiar with, but different. The south node it brings in like a superpower, something that we have like these innate abilities, right? And because it's in Virgo, it has to do with your daily routines and work, and it's in partnerships, 7th house. And your money's right there. Venus is right there at 9 degrees. And your Venus, guess what? Well, here, let me get rid of this. Your Venus, so you can see this. Yeah, this Venus, your Venus is like your greater benefic. You're not Jupiter, you're Venus in your chart. So that tells me that this can be a big deal for you. And maybe that's what you're sensing is some new work or some new money coming along the way. And the south node can bring something from the past, but yet it can involve a release, almost like a release that you're willing to make or that you want to make or that you're like initiating, because that's what the south node does. We've got the wisdom and the knowledge from the past. And it is considered the nodes, like a fated thing because it's the nodes as well. So let me take a peek. Kat sent some money, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time on Kat's chart because that's what we do for people who gift the channel. They give to the channel and we give back to them. That's how it works. So let me see where 11, 9, and we got to go find the Venus up in the sky because this is her power. All right. Oh, okay. So let's move this up a little bit for you. Let's go to the following. All right, let's see. Let's get you into the new year. Okay, so this is bringing about this energy that we all have with Venus coming into 2026. It will be a different Venus. Venus definitely is changing, and that means our money is changing. That means our values are changing, our desires and our goals, because Venus, you see this right here, right? Beginning of January, Venus and the sun are together. So with that said, you don't have a lot of planets in Capricorn, but as Venus travels through here, she trines your Venus, Kat, and that will actually be before January. So I don't know if there's such a thing for you, like maybe you're already looking for new work. Maybe you are going to have some opportunities because Venus will be trining your Venus. But I will add that she's traveling very close to the sun, and she does this for all of January. Venus and the sun travel together. And what that means is that the sun can kind of cover up Venus's power, can cover up her presence. Like, where did Venus go? And so, since Venus is our income and our money, things might get a little wonky. Like, people might experience cuts. There just might be some of that, or rearranging, right? Because it's the goal of the professionals, the goal of the corporations and the CEOs and all that good stuff. There, there's when you have Capricorn energy, there's strategizing involved. There's a plan. There's like these bullet points, and they're following this plan to reach a certain goal. So it seems like every January it's always the same thing, which is kind of, well, all the planets are in Capricorn, so it makes sense. But there's action being taken because we also will have Mars here. But the fact that Venus and the sun are covered can make this kind of on the tricky side. So for folks who were initiating and who are hoping for something different and hoping for a change, it's possible. And having the South Node in your 7th house, that's also possible that you are going to be looking elsewhere, or, just ready for something different. Ready for something different. Now, the part that will occur halfway through the year for you is this South Node right here will have a conversation with your South Node. Now, again, that's not going to happen till we get closer to June. So like May. And what will happen is, and this South Node will also touch your Sirius too. So that means you're going to be making changes. There will be a release. You'll be looking for something that is more nurturing for you, that satisfies you in some way, that will supply a need that you have. So whatever that is, but in Virgo, it's and you have Sirius at 1, and you've got a lot of objects here, like at 1 degree. So it's more about self and taking care of self and my mental well-being, right? And a job that actually isn't killing me inside. I'm not saying your job does, but for everybody, that's usually the goal. Can we get something where I come out and I am not dragging, where I'm not like, I just have to go right to bed, a job that literally feeds a part of me. And that's what Sirius is here. So with the South Node on it, if you haven't discovered it already, then by this time you will likely have discovered it, because you'll have the superpower of that South Node and your Sirius. And the Sirius energy is nurturing self, something that is good for me, like what satisfies me, what gives me emotional security. And it'll be part of a job and your day-to-day routines, which is all tied into the health and the well-being within partnerships, personal and professional. Okay. It might be a little uncomfortable because the South Node will be touching your South Node as well, which means it brings a little bit of irritation and discomfort. So with that said, if there's a release that you were not looking forward to, meaning if there's a release and you already don't have like a backup plan for that release, meaning we don't leave the job until we have found another one. If that happens, it looks like when this South Node, like I said, May going into June, when this gets here, something will trigger then where you will be more clear as to what you need and what you will start being honed in on as far as professional partnerships and work. Because at the same time, shortly after that, you're going to have the South Node in the Leo energy in your 6th house of work. So we can look a little bit more deeper, on another live stream. I'm here every Saturday. But as we get closer through the year, yeah, your Leo energy will be lit up, but that doesn't begin. The 6th house and your Leo energy doesn't start getting really lit up until June. Okay. And that will light up your life. Remember, Leo's fun. And so I feel like it's exciting and it's colorful and it's vibrant. and it's super creative. So I'm loving that, and hopefully that's something you're looking for. Woo. All right, let's move it on. You are welcome, cats. So after cats, there's a list here somewhere. Let me scroll and find that list. Thank you so much, Lou. This is the queue, folks. We go in order in case you're just getting here. You want to get your name in that queue. Just say hello, do whatever, get your name in there. But I have to have your birth digits, and I prefer to have them before it's your turn so I can have your chart drawn up. So if you're new, come back, go to the email me. Magically Intuitive is next, by the way. Magically, are you still here? Sometimes people wait, sometimes they don't. So a list may look like it's really long, but trust me, this was a much bigger list. And I think I've only read 3 charts so far because people are like, I'm out of here. People don't want to wait. That's fine. You got something better to do on a Saturday night that's free? Go right ahead and do it. Next up, Magically. Okay, Magically, going once, going twice is Magically Intuitive here. It's your turn. It's your stage. And thank you for the channel gift, cats. I appreciate it very much. Good. When people say they sent their digits, very good. That's what we want. Okay, Bruce, I see you sent a gift, so you're coming up soon because I don't think Magically's even here. Magically's not saying she's here. So, Bruce, I think you're going to be up next. I think Magically left. We'll do the going once, going twice. It's roll call. If you hear your name and if you don't answer, I go to the next person. Magically Intuitive, going once, going twice. Bruce said, I'm here. There we go. Then we give Bruce his chance. Bruce sent a generous gift to the channel, so we're going to get Bruce up here. Let me star that and then I'll hide it. There we go. All right. So Bruce, let me get his chart on the screen real quick. All right, Bruce, your concern was, first let me get the chart up here. I got to go to my bees. I got you in my system. Once I have you guys in my system, just for people who are new or and by the way, Bruce is new to the live stream, but he's not new to the channel. Shit, I got more than one Bruce. Wow. Oh, I put Bruce M. Very good. Is it February 25th? Is that you? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right, let's get that in here. Okay, let me go back to Bruce's email real quick. Okay, Samantha, I see. I got to... Okay, and then... Yeah, I don't want to chop people's names up and stuff. I see a couple more emails here. Okay. All right. Let me go find... Bruce, here we go. So Bruce's question, the Venus mid-January. Okay. Yeah, Bruce. Okay, so that's what I wanted you to see on your chart tonight. If you look at your Capricorn energy, and Bruce, I know you know quite a bit about astrology. I can tell by your questions. In the way my charts are, because I do tropical Placidus, I have your ascendant at 12 degrees. So your concern is, I think, around the 20 degrees of Cappy stuff. Because, we've got like Mars and Venus and the sun, and we've got that conjunction, even though they kind of all travel together starting in December, and they're in your 12th house. You see, you got Venus at 4, you got the sun at 6, you got Mars at 9. You see, so they kind of travel together. And you do have your south node at 9 degrees. So Mars is on your south node here, and this is December 27th. Now, I know you said specifically January, mid-January, but I just wanted you to see this, and the 12th house is our subconscious. For you, it can be creative work, it can be hidden work, it can be work overseas, it can be dream work, like things you are like, oh, yes. Yes. And Mars is, I take action. You see that? And on the South Node, this is like a superpower here. So the Capricorn energy is an energy of long term. This is a person who plans, right? Strategizes, who can be disciplined, who is the authority, who can be even like kind of like the boss energy. But you have your South Node at 9 degrees, which to me, that 9 degrees is a Jupiter thing. And so that can be pretty creative, actually. It can be a person who publishes stuff for sure. The 12th house energy, this can be government energy, institutional energy, people who work in that line of work. Because Cappy typically can also be like government, especially in the 12th, but also like corporations. So, with that said, and thinking of work, Mars takes action. It's the physical body and it's conjunct your South Node on this day. And so, normally, we take action with things that our soul is wise about, right? And the wisdom with the South Node in Cappy is thinking about the long-term goals. Yeah, the long-term financial security. It's very serious energy. Now, with that said, we move up a little bit further. We'll go up a week because then you're going to even have Venus on that. Um, Venus and the sun even will be on that. And so Venus can be feminine energy, can represent money, love, and desires. And in your chart, Venus is your great benefic. So when we have a Venus that's our great benefic, we got to look at our own Venus. And your Venus is down here in the third house, communication, Jupiter. Oh, Lord. His great benefic is Venus, but it's conjunct Jupiter, guys. You see that? So he has the two great benefics hand in hand, holding hand. Must be nice. So communication and talking, social media, sales, third house energy. Um, yeah, it can be, it's Aries, so it's pretty much speaks kind of like, an assertive communicator, someone who's not gonna just sit idly by, but maybe optimistic, maybe a little fun too, but maybe a little impulsive, maybe a little impatient, it can go a lot of different ways in Aries, because Venus is young love, meaning somebody drawn to somebody who looks young, but also, it's kind of like it can be immature love, we think of like the love at first sight type of thing. Some people might get offended by that, but you like look at someone and they look a certain way, and it's just like, oh, I love that person. It's like you don't even know them. We kind of think about it like that. Or sometimes people can kind of get like starstruck, and they're like, oh, I love them, that kind of thing. But because you have a lot of Cappy and you have this superpower in Capricorn, there's wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom at 9 degrees. So Venus can bring back past loves. And if it's not past loves, it's about soul energy. And when I say past loves, it can be people from, well, it's from another time. They don't have to be from this current reality, right? Because people have a lot of different ways of looking at things. So this Venus energy connecting with the South Node, um, can bring you money, can bring you old money, can bring you past clients, can bring you past work. Like things that you did before, because it's your Venus, it's your great benefic. Venus likes to bring gifts, but she is Kazemi'd by the sun. So this is where our Venus disappears. I just was talking about this in the last chart, right? So because the Venus gets kind of covered up and her power, she's like not in the sky. We can't see her, right? That's what the Kazemi means. So we kind of don't see benevolence any longer during this time. We're kind of wondering, we might even notice in ourselves we're a little harsh, right? The Venus and the Sun and the Mars, they're conjunct January 3rd. Here they are together, 13, 13, 15. You said mid-January, so I move it to mid-January. This is January 10th, right? Yeah. Sun is at 20, Mars is at 20, Venus is at 20, 21. You have Salacia at 21 degrees in your chart. So I'm not even mid-January yet, right? But Salacia has rose-colored glasses on. She's like a feminine Neptune. So what that tells me is when it comes to work, again, this is great for creativity. And if we're creating, we're being tangibly creative builders. But in your first house, this is you. This is you. This is you, your body autonomy, your appearance, your freedom. This is your spine, your teeth, your head, your skull, your knees. It's Capricorn energy in the first house. So I don't know, you didn't give me degrees. You said mid January. So I wasn't positive because the conjunction between these three happened, like I said, starting in December, actually. Um, okay, you did say early to mid January. Please let me know. Okay. Let me know what okay. So yeah, your first house. Now, normally, let me see, Bruce, did you ask a question after I was yapping? When people send money, I usually send them the link and let them come on and talk. And if you wanted to do that real quick, we can do that. And I just totally forgot because I just started moving real fast through your chart. Um, whatever you're more comfortable with. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Because like I said, you sent a generous gift. And so I just want to make sure. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure this is that I'm hitting on the topics, that it makes sense for you. So yeah, so now we're at the Venus and the Mars, and now Venus is pulled a little bit ahead, but here's the deal. Venus isn't going to pull enough away from the sun to be out of a cazimi, folks, until February. That's the reality. All the freaking January. Isn't that insane? Because the rule is 10 degrees, as long as she's within 10 degrees from that sun. So at this time, here you are, and the Salacia energy, 21 degrees, about your own appearance. So the thing about Capricorn that I'm going to talk about now, because Capricorn energy, if it's in someone's first house, these people look like a boss. They just do. They look like a boss. They look like the authority figure. They look like a dad. Which means they can look wise. They can look older even. They can have an appearance that makes them look older. The first house is the body, but it definitely is a focus on the head for sure, because that's first house energy. And so many times, there just might be, maybe someone wears their clothing a certain way, wears, hats, glasses, hair, all these little extra things when it comes to the head. That's all cappy stuff, which looks serious, which looks like boss CEO type of energy. So because it's all about yourself and because Venus will be hidden, the reality is for all of us, wherever Venus is going to be hidden, this is a time because Venus is about beauty and peace and goodness and love and desirable, right? She's about the five senses. And so with Venus, she's all about the shoes, the clothes. If you were a female, I'd be saying the purses and the makeup, right? But who knows? Maybe, yeah, it doesn't even matter anymore, right? It's whatever the hell you like. Because Venus would be carrying a little bag and a matching belt. And anyway, Venus likes the little extras that make me stand out type of thing, right? She wants her hair and her nails done type of stuff. So if she's covered up by the sun, then maybe this is a time where we're like, I'm probably not going to be looking my best at this time. Probably not. Because it's Venus being covered up in your first house. So maybe you might even feel like at that time, like that you don't, maybe you'll seem like as though you're dressing in darker colors, less colorful colors, or something like that. Okay. So the other thing too, I will say is Venus also is about the sweets. She's also about the sweets. So with the sun kind of burning that up and that Venus energy and Venus always being smart anyway, this might be a good time actually for people if they want to, like Frank was saying, he was fasting for something. I don't know if it was alcohol or sugar or just fasting to fast. But when Venus is in Cappy, super disciplined and her power, her desire energy is lower. You follow? So we're not kind of going after. So what I will say is that because Salacia would be like a Neptune and a creative energy, our desire to be creative would probably be a little bit on the lesser side, especially because, well, actually, for you, I don't know how badly you're going to be affected by this because your Venus is conjunct freaking Jupiter. So to me, it's like you have a very, um, I don't want to call it like I don't want to call this like a retrograding Venus, which I would caution people with. But because your Venus is conjunct Jupiter, it's kind of like a retrograding Venus. She's kind of extreme. So as long as you have healthy outlets for that, whether it's creating or writing, because it's in the third house, writing, talking, teaching, third house energy. I'm learning, a love for learning for sure, especially learning about self, right? Venus in the third house in Aries for sure. This would be kind of fascinating. And just, yeah, if you're not creating, yeah, use your energy to create in some way because of the Jupiter and the Venus connection. But I think, yeah, I feel stupid. I'm looking at the chat to see if he had a question. He said, I'm an artist and an art teacher. Bingo. You are your chart then. Look at that. An artist and an art teacher. Excellent. Good for you. Very good. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Well, does that kind of, let me move it one more week for you. One more week. Yeah. See, Mars 25, the sun's at 28, and Venus is still 2 degrees from the sun. Yeah. Here we are, January 17th. Venus enters Aquarius. 23 degrees on your second house cusp line because Venus is your great benefic. That would be unique, very unique. And you got Mercury right at 22. Okay. So teaching, writing, and teaching groups, but being able to also have something that's extremely unique. And, for art, that really is the thing. The more unique we can be, obviously, people have to be drawn to it, but still, that unique stuff to me anyway is the stuff. Okay, so what do you think, Bruce? Is that good, or is there, or is let me see, that's January 17th. Yep. Oh, you got Jupiter going through your 7th house. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, it's really Venus. So just keep in mind that you're waiting it's February. And then once February begins, that Venus will pull far enough away from the sun. And then we feel a little bit more like, oh, yes, finally, Venus is free. She's free and she's reborn again. Well, anyway, I don't want to get into that. That'll be another time. We'll talk about that. I'll be talking forever on that. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, you are welcome, and thank you for coming to the live stream. This is your first time, and you handled it well. You did great. I know it's a little kind of crazy when people are here for the first time, because it's a little awkward to navigate. But yeah, thank you. Yep. Okay, where am I at? All right, let me get this list going here. So cats, we did Bruce. Oh, excellent. Okay, so we're further on now. And we got this list here. Let's see what we got going on this list. Magically, okay, we did Bruce. Lady Lovelace, official, are you here? And I don't think I got an email from you. And I never recognized that name. So unless sometimes people come under different names, folks. If you're under a name that I don't recognize, I can't pull up your chart. And so if it's going to delay the chat, then I got to move on and you got to go to the back of the line. That's just how the rules got to be. Otherwise, yeah, I can't get to anybody. And that's not fair to anybody who's waiting. So let me go see if I called that name out and is that person here? Lady Lovelace, official. Yeah, that sounds like a YouTube channel who's here just to, I don't know, be a YouTube channel. Then it says Izzy XP. Izzy XP, are you here? And I don't recognize your name. I would need your digits. Okay, let's scroll. Let me go to my email. Let's see what we got. Um, oh, Tim, you're a sweetheart. Thank you. Okay, let me see here. All right, so I said, okay, thank you. Yep, Kat, thank you. Tim, yep. Bruce, thank you. Yep. Okay, Samantha. Okay, so Sam, let me see. Sometimes people pay me money, which is great. Okay, I got you, Samantha. Samantha, are you still here? I don't even know if she was next, but she was next in the email. I'm all over the damn place now, aren't I? Steffi G was next. I'm sorry. I said Samantha's name, but Samantha's not even on this list. Steffi G, are you here? Um Okay, Steffi's passing. Negative Nancy today. Okay, Steffi's passing. Okay, so then we have Selma. Or I'm sorry, Sella. I'm sorry, I don't want to tear this name up. 1712. How about that? 1712. Um Yeah, Izzy. Is Izzy here? Oh, did I skip over Izzy? Oh, it's Francesca. Oh. Okay, Francesca. Yeah, I think I saw. I did see that. Okay, so hold on for a name. I said Samantha, but hold on there. Francesca was ahead. She's here, and I do see her. All right, Francesca, I see you, and I see your channel gift. Thank you very much. So let's get to Izzy, Francesca, and Francesca. Do I need to ask? Do I need to ask? You might have something new to look at tonight. Am I looking at something that I haven't looked at before for you? Um, oh, I found it. Look at that. Just like that, Francesca. Woohoo. Oh, so far, everything's, for having tech issues, I'm pretty freaking amazed right now. All right, Francesca. Did you send me an email telling me what you want me to look at? Okay, Juliet, I see you in the chat or in the yep. I see your and everybody say thank you to Tim. Tim sent a nice gift to the channel. I don't even know if he's here in the chat if he wants me to look at anything, but he sent a beautiful gift. Very generous. Again, thank you so much, Tim. You're a sweetheart. Yeah, Francesca, I don't see a question here attached to that. So, is my past coming back? All right, let's look. Let's take a peek. Let's see what we can see for you. So, in your chart, you had the south node conjunct the south node already, right? Because your south node's at 17. So you already had that. And the nodes are now at 11 degrees. And that brings back our past, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like our superpower and it brings back the past. So for you, once the nodes move, are you listening, Francesca? Once the nodes move, right now they're in your 12th house, they're hidden. But once they get into your 11th house, the past can come back because that will click your Leo, your romance energy, which is within groups. So whether, Leo energy in groups, sometimes that can be sports, Leo energy in groups, that can be creative stuff, right? Like if we're at performances, right? Whether we're participating or whether we're in the audience, whatever it is. Friends, this can be online, this can be streaming, this can be social causes, right? But Leo energies usually, other than romance and dating and that all that fun stuff with the body, it's about having a good time and being joyful and having fun and play. play energy is important with Leo. And we talk about that higher heart energy with Leo too. But you don't ever really hear me talk about it too much because to be honest with you, to be totally blunt with everybody, I would like to see some of it like in reality. People talk about it, but be honest, everywhere I look, I just see like the mediocre Leo energy expressing. It's very rare to see the Leo energy expressing where it's looking out for the long-term good of all. Do you know what I'm saying? And honoring that and not being like this overbearing boss type of energy. So it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky to see it. But with that said, the South Node will get here, but this doesn't happen until 2026, June. Do you understand that? June. So that's 6 months away when the South Node will get here. Now, is there something else that I can see that will trigger something sooner? Let's see. We've talked about Pluto, and it's coming up again because you've got Taurus at 3 degrees with the Saturn energy there, and the Pluto's down here. And Pluto's going to start climbing in those numbers, and Pluto is going to aspect this. Now, that's going to actually happen sooner. So let's click on that and let's take a peek. And let's see if we can get something on here. You see, Pluto's right there at 2 in your 5th house of romance. It's going to be a long time before this Pluto gets to your Mars degree. It's going to be years. Okay, so we're not waiting on that. I mean, I don't think you're waiting on that. Every week yeah. So let's see what we can get with this. It's not going to take long for Pluto to get to 3. All right, so here it begins. What do we got for you? 325? All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of a timeline. And this is just me telling you, maybe there will be a window, an opportunity. It's not set in stone. See, the thing about all these charts, right? They give us the energy. You have the free will, folks. It's what you do with the freaking energy. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? And this is for all of us. It's what we do with the energy that's present. All right. So you will have your whole 5th house lighting up at this time. This is middle January, actually the last week of January. You will have Mars, you will have Pluto, you will have the sun all together. Okay. And so what happens is they're all going to start aspecting your Saturn energy up here. That's in the 8th house of your deep bonds. So there can be some energy that relates to the past here. Just so you know, this is a square. Okay. This typically represents stress and tension, but Pluto says change to my long-term goals, into the deep bonded energy. And so maybe, if you've done the work that Saturn has required, because you have a retrograde Saturn, right? So it makes you wait a long time for that deeply bonded commitment. But it's also about the healing of that kind of stuff. Pluto's going to come through here. And so this would be the timeline. You've got Venus, Mercury, you've got all this stuff about new and exciting and different. Now, does this specifically speak about a past love without looking at that past love's chart? I'm not going to make that comment, to be honest with you, because that's just not me. I'd want to see their chart and be like, well, let me see, because they have free will, you have free will. And I just think it would be foolish for me to say specifically that. But there, with the square and the stress and the tension, it does give to an opportunity for change for you. And the only time new comes in and different is when we have made a change. So if a past love is coming back, do you want it to come back in a short-term type of way where we just say hello and goodbye, or we have a little fun? Yeah, I almost said that word. We have a little fun, or do you want them to come back and to stay? You see, because Saturn, this long-term commitment, this is your Saturn. This is your Saturn. It's all about long-term commitments. And You will still have Jupiter going through your 10th house of long-term commitments. And the Jupiter is still retrograding at this time. It hasn't even gotten to the 15 degrees, which is where Jupiter stops its retrograde. So you have your Venus. Let me click on this real quick at 18. Oh, Jupiter's going to be trining your Venus at this time. So this looks to be a window of an opportunity, but again, there's work involved. This isn't something that just easily occurs. There's a lot here that's different, new, and very exciting in the 5th house. It's Aquarius. You follow? But remember, folks, what's the lesson with Aquarius energy in terms of love and having a good time and fun in the 5th house? What's the lesson? It's fast. It's fast. The joy and the fun is because it's new. It's shiny. And once that newness and shininess wears off, it's gone. It's out of there. You follow? So this is all part of this. This is all part of this. There's no simplified, clear-cut answer to this. But I just want you to see what the energy is, okay? And that because Pluto will be squaring that Saturn and the long-term commitments, there can be an opportunity, but this is something I would stress to take slow. All right, I hope that helps. Yeah, thank you, Tim. Just yes, you're very sweet, Tim. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yes, thank you for thanking him, everybody. He's a sweetheart. Very generous. Okay, Tim, you have a good Christmas. And I know for people who are bakers, I'm gonna be getting in the kitchen tomorrow with one of my housemates and be like, okay, let's do what we got to do. Yeah, people who are bakers, man, the holidays are like, and it's hard if you're like, oh, but I don't eat that crap anymore. I know the challenges. I feel you, but yeah, have a good Christmas, Tim. Have a sweet holiday, and hopefully it'll be just beautiful and peaceful. And hopefully we all have a nice, beautiful new year that's just kind of like that it comes in a gentle way. But yeah, it's going to be fast. We can say that for sure. All right, so there was a list Lou had, and what did I do with the darn list? Let me go find it. Oh, there it is. All right. So here we go. Now, okay. So is 1712 here? Yeah. You see the last name on that list, number 14. I don't know how to say that. Selma White? Okay, I don't know how to say that. I can say 1712. Is 1712 here? And if someone sent me an email, let me know if that's yeah, I don't see that. Okay. All right, so let me see who's next then. Because that list doesn't have any of the people on it that sent me. So let me take a peek here. Yep, you are welcome, Princess AK. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Got you. I see you. Very good. And general reading for job finance. Okay. All right, let me take care of that. She's here. Awesome. I'm so sorry I chopped your name up and put it down to a number. I just, yeah, for a second, I felt like my mom. I was on the phone with my mom today and she's like, I don't understand these people. They don't understand me. How do I make them understand me? What do I got to do? For a minute, I kind of felt like that. Like if I can't speak their language, if I can't speak the name properly, you're not going to know I'm saying your name. And I'm like, oh my God. All right. So Selma sent me her digits. Let's get those up here real quick. And let's see. Wait a minute. Selma, did you send me your digits at the email? Sometimes these emails, you guys have different names, and I'm like, okay, who is this? Do you follow? She said I did send you an email. Yeah. Okay. So, um, did you tell me that this is who you are? Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. I'm sorry. I have a lot of them. I'm sorry. All right. You did it right. You did excellent. Okay. Good job. You got it all there. Very good. All right. Let me get you in here. Let's see here. SELAMAWIT. All right. Oh, I can't spell October. I got it. Oh my gosh. You have your whoa. Your birthday? I think I have a sibling with your exact birthday. Oh no, maybe it's not the exact year. Oh, I'm not positive. I'd have to look up. I have too many siblings. Yeah. All right. So 6 a.m. Excellent. Okay. Okay. I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend I can even pronounce that. I can pronounce Ethiopia, but not that town. No, no, no. Oh, my damn software. Come on now. Okay. Okay, my software is being a pain in the ass. Let me make sure the spelling on this is right because they're telling me, oh, I probably spelled it wrong. Let me see. How many E's are in there? 1, 2, 3. That's what I have. If it's spelled wrong, they will not recognize it. So I have DEBIREZEITH. Is that correct? DEBIREZEITH. They're telling me they don't recognize it. And it's normally because of the spelling. I have it capitalized and I have it spelled. Is that like a super, super, super small town? Like really hard to even find on a map? Or is it, I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it is super, super, super small? Okay. So what's the closest bigger town? Maybe that will help. Even though I'd prefer to, unless you know your coordinates. Let's see here. Yep, it's Ethiopia. We got that down right. And have you seen your chart before? So all of a sudden it drew up a chart. I just see the software sometimes they give me a hard time. All right, so I have a chart now. Let me double check. Have you seen your chart before? We got to make sure this is really your chart. I swear nothing irritates me more than reading a chart for 10 minutes and it's not the person's chart. That's just a crazy pet peeve I have. They're telling me that according to the birth time and location, which they have on here now, is a Libra at 10 degrees on the ascendant. Libra moon at 10 degrees on the ascendant. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so so you've never seen your chart before. What is this? Is that a town? The next biggest town? Is that what that is? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna save this one, and then I'm gonna try the other one. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna put a number after this one, and then we'll change this. Let me see what she said. Is that the next biggest? Okay, the city has two words for the name. Okay. And let me try that one and see what they come up with. It might be the same. I just don't want it to be wrong, for you. Because since you've never seen it, we have no way to confirm. Okay, let me try that. Let me see what they come up with. It's like a test. Oh, this is very different. Okay, let me take this off so you can see this. So here's the trick. The first city gave us 10 degrees on the ascendant in Libra, and this one's giving us 26 degrees on the ascendant with Libra, and of course, a Scorpio sun. Yeah. Ooh, I see. The south node jumped right out, and look at why. Holy crap. South node at 0, trining the sun at 0. This is why I love looking at charts from people from other countries, because I can see I just see things that I don't normally see because of the location. Okay, so that's 0, which means, yeah. All right, so how are we going to know which chart is hers? Oh, do this one, please. Okay. All right, then we'll do this one. Thank you for the heads up. Because I'm like, well, shit, I'd have to read 2 different charts, and we'll have to split this up between this live and another night. Come back and we'll do the other chart another night. So this puts this puts your sun in your first house, your physical body. And you said you're not working right now, so maybe we can see how that would be a thing here. So this puts the south node in your 11th house. North node down in the 5th house. Oh. Means the nodes are on your vertex right now. If this is your chart. They actually, I think, are at 14 right now. No? I'm sorry. I said 14. They're already at 11. So you would have had. All right. So this is in the house of fun, children, joy, creativity. Are you really creative? And do you create for fun? Pisces energy can be sleep and dreams, sound, music, theater. It's Pisces. Can also be alcohol, Jesus and the wine and all that. Because it has a need for escape. That's Pisces energy. So you've got this energy in your 5th house. However, you've had Saturn going through there all last year. So it might not have felt so fun. And then, let me see. Does that make sense so far? Any of that? You also have Jupiter touching your midheaven and you don't have work. Oh, well, maybe home has been the focus for a reason. You've got Cancer at the midheaven. Okay. So sometimes for individuals like this, home is their work and work is their home. Because they end up having some Cappy in the 4th house of home and they have Cancer at the 10th house of career. And so with Cancer energy at the 10th house, you either would work with the public or do things that are nurturing, working with the public in ways where, I don't know, like maybe you kind of this can be creative energy, but it can also be, we think of emotions, we think of feminine energy, women, women's issues, women's causes. But this can be kind of tricky because it can also represent dad energy and mom energy up there. And that combination of mom might have been really kind of like the authority figure in the family, and maybe even bouts of depression kind of energy when we mix Cancer and Cappy together. They can be kind of tricky. Um, so this sun and south node thing, yeah, see, I'm talking, but I need you to to let me know if my contract not I am senior policy advisor. Senior policy advisor. Does that mean you work with the public? I don't, I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what that means, but if you, or, this can be, oh, this can be a lot of things. It can be within education. Because, yeah, it can be in a lot of different ways. It could also even be governmental energy too. You have Libra in the 12th. Oh, that's where you have the Pluto. I'm still just trying to figure out if this is your chart. That's the problem here. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm trying to see, does this match who you are? Because if it doesn't, then this wouldn't be the chart that's going to tell me the correct answer. Okay. So, yeah, the 12th house with Pluto there and the moon there and Uranus there. Okay. This can make sense. And then this also would make sense in terms of having your south node in the ninth house at 0 degrees and Saturn not far from it. Okay. All right. So your main question then is work. Oh God, what did I just do? Did I lose you guys? Oh no, you're still there. All right. So we'll try this then. Let's flip this. Let's get the transits back on so we can see what's going to be happening for you. All right. So the north node, the south node. Okay. Your work house is 22 degrees, Neptune. Okay. So you are going to probably be waiting around like a lot of folks, which is, we're waiting for Neptune and for Saturn to get back into Aries energy. Let's see. For you, this might change though. You might be a little bit sooner than that. It's this possibility. Let me see some other things. Yeah, you got Saturn and water up here. Okay. And then you have, because see, all right, hold on. Let me check. Okay. All right. So this is January. It's interesting. Pluto's coming up again because, but see, Jupiter is not your greater benefic. Venus is. Let me look at your Venus real quick. Your Venus is in Saggy. This makes sense at 16. Okay. Yeah, you're waiting like everybody else then. We have to wait till Venus comes out of this. So that means February. Now, hopefully something sooner happens, but it's really not until February because Venus is considered your greater benefic in your chart. And you've got a lot of stuff in Saggy. And Saggy makes sense for what you said you do. Okay, all the Saggy energy, the Jupiter energy, which is the big picture, which is the whole, which is on a large scale. Yeah, you even have Neptune there. And that's where your money's at, in your house of money, by the way. So that's a good thing. So once Venus comes out and she's ahead, now again, this isn't until February, unfortunately. It's possible you might hear something by like the 3rd week of January. Maybe even the 2nd week, because then you'll have Saturn back in your 6th house of work. But Saturn won't enter Aries, and this matters because the work disappears when Saturn's in Pisces. You follow? So once we get to February, Saturn is now in Aries. Matter of fact, that's when Saturn and Neptune enter Aries together. And this is the house of work, and your daily routines is the 6th house. So as they start moving through there, and now Venus is she's got her new orders, and there's government and money energy connecting here as Venus now travels. So I just want to say that, okay, this Mercury then I'm showing in February, this Mercury is going to do a retrograde, and it's going to do a retrograde in Pisces. So we all know what that means. That means that whatever we were hearing about is going to change, right? So if it is the new rules, if it is the new structure, if it is the new job and the new money and the new routines, it's a darn good possibility some of that's going to change. You follow? And this is all going through your fifth house energy too, by the way. And I don't know if you answered the question about you being creative because you've got that Pisces in the fifth. Um, and if you're not, that's fine. And maybe what you do for work, maybe you consider that fun. I mean, I consider astrology fun. I'm crazy that way too. So, but that's actually a blessing, right? That what others would consider daunting and whatever, you have fun with it. But the nodes are just going to go through here. And this is Venus reborn. Well, this is Venus with new orders. And so with her new orders, she talks to this Mercury in the communication. And with the communication, something's going to change because a retrograde's going to occur. And your Mercury already faced a retrograde. I see you had the Mercury in the Scorpio, and we had a retrograde there. And so I don't know if this, I'm not working right now, if that happened in 2025. But if it did, then let's keep our fingers crossed that this Mercury, when she does her retrograde, that she talks to your Mercury and then it brings about something positive for you, because your Mercury trines your midheaven exactly. If this is your chart, that's the thing. In this midheaven, this is our work. This is our work. And this Jupiter will be back eventually up at the 24 degrees. So there's a couple of different windows of opportunity at different times where work might come back online again for you. Academic creation. Okay. Very good. That makes all of this is making sense for me as I'm looking at your chart now. Yeah. Because academics, you've got the Gemini in the 9th. You've got Saggy in the 3rd. Absolutely. And you've got Jupiter going through. So, yes. And this was the Mercury retrograde that included your Mercury. Yep. That's just the reality. It's the astrology. So this is your chart for sure. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because then it would have talked to your midheaven. Yep. Okay. So I'm hoping that now, because this Mercury will be in the next water sign, that maybe this retrograde will be looking over things and then making a decision. And hopefully it's for the best. Hopefully it's for the better for you. But the truth of the matter is, in general, that we're all kind of in a waiting thing, because because the United States is insane. And so because of that, everybody else is, they got to figure out, they're creating new paths is what they're doing. And they're trying to figure out how to go about that. And so it puts kind of everything in limbo. So, yeah, I've got on the screen February 14th. All right. You're more than welcome to come back again. And let me put on your chart. Let me save this one. And I got your name on it this time. So you can come back another time. We'll be here and we can look at it. We can look at it again as we get closer to that time if you want. But so far, that sounds like your chart, which is great. Yeah, I wish it could have been something sooner for you. Okay. So let me get to the next name on this. Yeah, you are welcome. You're welcome. I hope it helps. Like I said, I wish I could, everybody wants an answer that will be like, oh, in 2 weeks. If something like that happens, great. But as far as the long-term stuff, like the big stuff we're waiting on, there's some longer timelines here. So I think I've got another person here. Let me see. Bruce. Okay. Thank you so much, Bruce. That was nice of you. Yep. And then, okay, we got, all right. I want to make sure it's 10:27. Samantha sent me some money. Is Samantha here? Is Samantha still here? Samantha, are you here? Samantha, are you there? Let me check my phone. Samantha. Is Samantha here? Hello, hello, Samantha. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. So Samantha, did you send birth digits? I see the gift that you sent to the channel. And if you sent birth digits, what's the name of the email that you sent? All right. I got that. Let's see. Oh no. Where's Samantha? Hello, hello, hello. I'm not seeing. Did Samantha bail? Maybe Samantha went to the bathroom. Maybe she had to go get something to eat. Hmm. Well, how the heck? Okay. How about Juliet? Is Juliet here? Juliet, I got your digits, but I'm not going to create a chart if you're not here. Just not going to do it. I think people are like, okay, I'm out of here now. Okay. Is that it? Ah, I think that's okay. That's the name I recognize. I see your email. Thank you. All right. Okay, great. Let me get your chart up here. Let me get your chart drawn up. Very good. I'm glad you hung out. Some people just don't have the patience, and I understand. People don't want to wait. Like I said, okay, so we're going to do. Oh, yeah, you're the. Wait, let me see. So it's okay, you're a United States birth. No problem. There we go. 11:52 a.m. Love it. You got all the digits, all the stuff I need. Very good. And location, got it. I always spell it wrong. Okay, let's get this up here. Okay, I need some water. Have you seen your chart before? JDE, have you seen your chart before? Because I've never seen your chart before, and I gotta make sure it's your chart. This is telling me you are a Leo ascendant at 23 degrees with a moon, Scorpio moon at 9 degrees. Yeah, have you seen your chart before? I think my phone batteries are like super low and my phone's about to I think my phone's about to completely die. Oops. I don't know why I did that. All right. So you've seen your chart before. You're a Leo ascendant. Oh, excellent. Great. Good. So we know this is you. Woohoo. All right, let me take a quick look at this so I can see your birth chart, nodes. Okay. Oh, okay. So you had the nodes, you had earlier in the year. Yeah, you had the nodes squaring your nodes because your natal nodes are in Gemini and Saggy. Okay, so that would have created a change. And that would have been in with the 5th and the 11th house. So what you do for fun and romance and creating and with children, and if that includes travel, great, but also friends and group energy. And can be the online stuff and streaming and maybe dating and whatnot, but learning even possibly, teaching school, writing. So a node squaring the nodes, it's kind of like it stresses intentions like what our plan is, what we want to do. And it creates this, well, you can't do what you want to do. And so we kind of get, things kind of get turned upside down in our life. Yeah, that's okay. I understand. You don't have to understand it. I do. I do. And hopefully I can talk in a way where you understand it. So this would have happened, like I said, in the house of children and fun, romance, dating, mating, relating, joy, and creativity. You would have had like a topsy-turvy year. Things would have been very challenging. It would have been stressful and full of tension and with friends and group energy and maybe some internet online stuff. And because might have been about freedom too and like body autonomy and maybe travel. Like I said, maybe travel was involved, but beliefs would have been involved in my mind and thinking and my philosophy on life. Again, this would have been past. This would have been near the beginning of the year. So you have Taurus at your midheaven, which is a focus on your long-term financial security, your moolah. Taurus wants things to be peaceful. It's really food would be a big thing, the earth, farming, agriculture, but beauty and love and desire and things looking good, smelling good, tasting good, like that's all Taurus energy. It's very fixed energy. So it can be tricky, especially because it's at the boss. It's at the boss, point in the chart, like what I do for a career. So that can be a little challenging when anybody has a fixed sign at the midheaven, because that means that if these people are given positions of authority, when a boss is like unshakable, unmovable, extremely stubborn, they can be hard to work for. They can be difficult. This can also represent masculine energy as far as maybe a partner or someone you look up to, or dad energy can be that. You have a Scorpio moon, so this is extremely psychic energy. You have it in your third house, which means you're going to know shit that you don't need to know, but you just know. When people have this kind of energy in their third house, it comes down to discernment. And not everything that comes across through your mind, not all of it is supposed to be spoken. Some things you should not say. And I'm not saying that you have a big mouth or that you're saying things you shouldn't say. I'm talking about Scorpio in the third house with its high level of intuition and just knowing things, especially Scorpio moon. Yeah, really psychic energy, really psychic energy. So at 9 degrees, it's tricky because it really goes whoosh. It can elaborate, exaggerate, it can embellish a little bit. But the third, it's in the house of, I want to talk. I have this information and I have to share it. Scorpio normally is really private though. It usually kind of keeps the information close. However, people that you're close to that you are very close to. You're energetically bonded. Siblings, neighbors, coworkers, peers, classmates. And it doesn't mean every single one of them. It just means there will be certain ones where you have that deep connection with, where the talkie might be a little strongy, because that might happen with that third house energy, because it's a really busy energy. It likes to learn. It likes to gobble up information. It likes to share. It likes to share. And Sagittarius is a preacher, and it kind of has a preachy vibration to it. Like, I got the truth. So it has to be cautious. And so this can be tricky with social media. Yeah, this can be the tricky with the, being online and the social media stuff. This can bring this all up. So anyway, do you have a quick question? Hopefully the things I've mentioned resonate and make sense for you, so that it confirms, yeah, this is me. Oh yeah, you even have look at this. She even has her Gemini sun at 3 degrees, the talkie degree, professionally. So social media, sales, perhaps teaching, perhaps, which would be great. It's in the house of boss energy though. But speaking, and even and writing, of course, but even Mars is there. So it takes action. It's a very assertive, active communicator. So these are people who are talking with their hands, even, right? Sometimes people can be, yeah, anything with communications, right? That's a vast field. When we talk about communications, it's really vast in writing. Let me see here. Pandora at 23. Okay, that could be tricky. So you have your Saturn and your Pluto conjunct. Wow. Okay. It's in the third house of communication. God, your third house. It's pretty powerful. It's in, important relationships, significant one-on-one relationships. It trines Cirrus energy over there, group energy, seventh house of partnerships, new and exciting and different. And you're fortunate. People who have a Mercury that's in Taurus, it's difficult. It's difficult, especially when it's this far away from the sun. These people tend to be very slow learners. However, for you, your Mercury gets a little bit of a boost because, well, first of all, it's being boosted because you have a retrograde Mercury. These people think things over and over, especially anything that they value or anyone that they value. They can almost be a little, it's almost a little obsessive, because Taurus, with its desire energy, if it's not aware of it, there's attachment issues with Scorpio and Taurus energy. It has to kind of, it's not like the Gemini energy, which is, it just comes in, it goes right out. It doesn't hold on to it. It's just more about keeping the information flowing and circulating. But Taurus wants to hold on to something, especially if it's something it likes, it desires. It's very fixed, it's magnetic and it holds it. And so Taurus is cautious and slow and earthy. And so Mercury doesn't do good in Taurus, but a retrograde Mercury says, I'm going to keep thinking on that. And then because it can keep thinking on it, you may be able to grasp onto the larger concepts quicker than other people who have a Mercury and a Taurus, for sure. Especially in the ninth house, you can grasp the big picture. But I don't know if you had a question. That was my only thing. It is freaking trippy. Really? So what's going on? What's freaking trippy? Is there any more people on the list? I don't think so, Christy. I don't think so. I think the people that were here, I think people got impatient and left. And I think that I covered all the people. Yeah, so I think that's it. Oh, the astrology is freaking trippy. It is. It is. Yeah. And so I don't see that she's got a specific question. And the psychic stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. You know stuff you ain't supposed to know. That's right. Yeah. And so it's tricky. Just remember the lesson though. I'm letting you know. And it's not just for you specifically. Everybody who's got their Scorpio energy, if it's got anything where it's connected in communications and in the mind, which yours is, and sibling energy especially, there's a there's there's a big red alert and caution sign. Your lesson is discernment. It's not discernment about I mean, there's multiple layers to it of everything that I'm in tune with and that I'm hearing doesn't necessarily make it true because it's Scorpio energy. And so Scorpio really is it's the astral realm. So there is a mixture of everything there. All right. Yes, there can be some really solid, good, truthful information that comes through, but there can also be a whole lot of other stuff coming through. And so it's our test. It's our test during this time, and I mean the entire lifetime, to learn the craft of how do I test this for myself to know, is this fact or is this crap? And can I trust where this is coming from? Right. And then what to share and what not to share, and who to share it with and who not to share it with. There's a time and a place for everything. And so it is a very, I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of folks with this, and especially within families. It's really, it just, it can tear them apart, literally. And it's unknowingly tearing them apart, you know. It's not anyway. So it really is the test. Okay. Um so Christy said, I passed earlier. Is it possible to see I passed earlier. Is it possible to see? What do you want to see, Christy? Yeah. Talk. I just can't talk. You don't have to talk. You're feeling better. Well, that's good. That's good. Feeling better, just can't talk loud. Well, you probably shouldn't. Are you supposed to talk at all? Can I substitute? Can I submit mine? So, whoever this person is, yeah, you can submit your stuff. If I have never looked at your chart before, there's you can get your stuff to me. If we run out of time tonight, because we end at 11 o'clock, I'm here every Saturday, except the last Saturday of every month. I do the same thing, but I do it on a private live. Okay. So get your digits to me: birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Yes, I need the birth time and the location. That way we can have an accurate chart that we're looking at. Bree View Awakening says, I have Neptune there. Okay, then you understand. You can get some really good stuff in, but you can also get some stuff in because Neptune's you know what Neptune in the third is going to do? Other than discernment, Neptune in the third, or connected to any communication, it's testing your ability to see clearly. That's what Neptune's lesson really is for us, is to see past the clouds of delusions and illusions. It is definitely tricky, Lou. Spot on. It is very tricky. So what my Venus in Capricorn is going to be doing. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, Christy, you were the first one here. And you didn't go. So let me get your chart up and what my Venus in Capricorn is going to be doing. So yeah, let me get your chart up. And while I'm doing that, let me remind people let me write myself some cheat sheets. Starting in January, the second Saturdays are designated to my my astrology class. All right. Send me an email if you're interested in that, and I'll give you the details. And then the last Saturday of every month is dedicated to the private lives. If you want to get in on the private lives, those are limited seats available. And you send me an email, and I'll send you the details, and we go from there. And if I didn't mention it, I can't remember at the beginning of this if I mentioned the timelines that I'm trying to change. Instead of starting at 9 p.m., I want to start at 8 p.m. And that means for everything. That means for the Starry Night Lives. That means for the private lives. That means for the Astro class. I'm trying to just keep it streamlined where everything is from 8 to 10. And we'll designate the second and the last Saturday of every month for the special stuff. All right. And we're going to get Christy's chart up here. I know I just said I was going to be looking while I was doing that, but yeah. I know there was a big Bears Packers game on. I can hear my housemates out there. All right, Christy, I got you right here. We're going to get this on the screen. There it is. It's coming. I pressed it and it's just taking forever. Like, come on. There it is. Holy crap, it worked. Oh, you're working. Oh, okay, good. Well, I know you are so happy. Ah, Bree, you get it. Yes, 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 yes. Christy, I'm so glad the surgery happened like the thing you wanted, right? This was like a year in planning, right? All right. And does the email match your name there? That's what I need to know because I'm going to whatever the email says, that's the name I'm going to put on the chart. Or if it all has to jive. Like, so the next time you come back, I got to see. You follow? It's got to be the same name. So if it's not, just in the email, make sure I know that it matches and clarify whatever you need to clarify. All right, Christy. So you want to see about the Venus in Capricorn. And yeah, look at Christy's big ass kite in her chart. You see that? A big old kite. I mean, it's really not just one kite. She's got multiple. She's got 3 kites. And it's like lots of different work, like a variety. Almost like, yeah, my housemate's like this because she gets bored doing the same thing. So if she's got like 3 different jobs at one time, she's all good. All right. So you want to know about the Venus going through Cappy. Okay. I was just going to say, I don't think your Venus is in Capricorn. So you're asking about January, I'm assuming, because you said Venus in Cappy, right? Oh, really? Did I really say that the surgery was going to be, oh, okay, well, good. I really don't remember. I swear I don't. Especially whatever I do in a live stream, whatever I say in a live stream, I do not remember. I'm moving too fast for me to even, yeah. I just go right. Oh, well, awesome. But I'm just so glad it finally happened for you, man. And your doctor originally told you hell no. I do remember saying you better get a second opinion. I do remember saying that. Yes, the Venus thingy going through Cappy. Okay. All right, let me get there for you. So, well, actually, let's stay blank for a minute so that we can real quick see what you have natally in the Cappy. That's going to be a thing. Oh, whoa! Look at Christy has. She has her. This makes a lot of sense to me. She's got Pallas Athena, the strategist, the feminine strategist in Capricorn. What a great place, because she is a very creative thinker. In other words, she thinks outside the box. That's why her head's that shape, right? She's not circular. She's just different. She's goal orientated. She's thinking long term. She's about show me the money. She's about bring me the long term financial stability. Damn it. I want to see it. I want to hold it in my hand. I want to feel it under my feet. I want to sit on that damn thing. What are we building here? Like that's who she is. And so you got her at 24 degrees in a freaking retrograde. And look what she's right next to this Urania. I haven't talked about this in a long time. This is astrology. You have Urania right there. 25 degrees. She's that feminine asteroid that I attribute as a feminine rulership for Aquarius energy. Yep, feminine astrology. Anyway, so Venus and the conjunction is going to be right around here for you. 20, 21, 22, 23. So if I go ahead and I go like this, it's going to take us deeper into January for you. Like, yeah, see the big conjunction? Venus at 22. You've got the sun, you've got Mars. So it's all triggering your Pallas Athena, the smart one, the long-term planner. It's in the house of money. It's in the house of show me the money. And okay, so Venus is not your greater benefic, by the way. Yours is Jupiter, so that matters. Your Venus is up there in fire, but Jupiter's your great benefic. And so for you, your Jupiter, I think this is January, Jupiter's at 19. Oh, okay. So Jupiter's retrograding. Oh, Christy, I get this. You probably don't know this. Christy, we haven't looked at your chart in such a long time either. That's the other thing too. So we go to January 17th, and now look at this. So January 14th, 13th, 14th, 15th, you're going to have the Sun and Mars and Mercury all on top of your Pallas Athena. This is in the house of money and income. Now, because it's Capricorn, yeah, this is your money, your income, and your long-term financial goals. Because it's all in such a late degree for you, this is kind of interesting, Christy. Wow. So you see this Uranus over here at 27 degrees? It's going to trine all of this. And you have this third house cusp line at 27 degrees. So while Venus and the Sun and Mars and Mercury start triggering your third house, which is news, information, serious communications, might have to do with the job, but serious communications, something to do with long-term plans and goals. It's possible, like coworker type of energy, that's possible, but boss energy, because it's showing boss in two different ways on here. Because we got boss Uranus in your 7th house, and it's trining your 3rd house cusp line, you see, and Mercury and Mars are right there. So there's actions going to be taken. Is it possible, because Uranus is like disruptions and new, is it possible you might be getting a new boss? Is it possible you can be the boss? Something disruptive, something surprising. Well, not going to be surprising now that I'm telling you about it. Now, because it's Uranus in your 7th and it's partnerships, this could be the person you're married to as well. Not just professional, right? It can be that. It can be a little bit of that. But it's a trine energy. So surprises, disruptions, someone who's kind of like the authority over me, but it's in partnerships and it's trining all this energy. And you'll also have Venus going through, just starting into Aquarian energy, which is in your 3rd house. Again, communications are strong, and it's surprising communications. As Venus goes through your 3rd, this is coworker energy, but it's the group energy, because you got that Aquarius stuff there, and that connects with what you do, group energy, but also family and siblings. Because for where you're at and what you do, well, shit, everybody that lives there is like a coworker. Do you know what I'm saying? Because these are older people too. Aquarius. These can be people who are much older or people who are younger. What is this? I mean, I know what it is, but what degree is this at? This is your part of four. Okay, so you have your part of fortune at 29 in Cappy. Oh. Well, it's not Jupiter. You'll have the sun. Maybe you get a little bit of a bonus or something. You're going to have the sun and Mars and Mercury going here, touching on your part of fortune. So there might be a little something where you're like, oh, what a pleasant surprise. That's a possibility. But your part of fortune's in your 3rd house. So again, communication. And maybe there's a short trip involved, because the 3rd house is busy and it might be traveling, but it's local stuff. It's nothing, it's nothing like airplane stuff. And then at the same time, we got our Pluto at the 3 degrees. What does that do for you? Oh, shit, my phone just shut off. Oh, well. Oh, this year. Well, this is going way into the future. We don't need to do that. We'll do that again at another time. Yeah, so this is January 17th. This looks to be loaded. in terms of talking and communication, and maybe a busy time at your job and some surprises and something with authority figures and boss energy. Um, but because Venus is going to be going through your third and it says new, it's possible that you're going to have some new coworkers, yeah, anybody who's a peer, who's close in the vicinity. Yeah. I mean, that might just even make just plain old common sense for the kind of work you do. Having something new come along. But then your Fortuna is also going to get triggered. Your Fortuna is at 11, so that's a little bit ways off. But yeah, Venus can be new desire, new money, new values, feminine energy, so maybe a new feminine worker or whatnot, sibling type of stuff. But again, another person that you probably are going to have a deep connection with, because this Venus up in the sky is going to touch your Pluto. They're going to actually have a conversation. And this is the week of January 17th. But it does mean a change too. So change within significant one-on-one relationships, group energy, friends. So maybe astrology, maybe in the live streaming, because you got Pluto up here, right? In the 11th house, this Venus touches into that. And Pluto wants to take deep dives. Pluto wants to see the truth. Pluto wants to know the truth. So the values connected to the truth, connected to change and healing and transformation and significant one-on-one relationships. That's, this is like all part of this. It's all, it's kind of like an extended version of it, but it begins with Uranus talking to your third house cusp line. So it's never about one thing. This just looks like a little bit of professional stuff, maybe housemate, maybe your husband, but also maybe people that you work with and friends. And again, it could have to do with the live streaming stuff. Yeah, I put my name in the email. Okay, great. Thank you. Anything is possible at this point. Yes, yes. My favorite house. Yes, it is. She's feeling better, folks. It's confirmed. She is feeling better. It's good to have you back and feeling better. Absolutely. Absolutely. And before I forget, yes, thank you, teamwork. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all your generosity and helping me to keep this, helping me keep things flowing. The Venus going through the Cappy. Okay. Yes, Lou S says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Absolutely. Prayers and love to all. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody have a safe holiday. It looks to be pleasant. I think if you looked at the video that's out for the week, it's been out for at least a week now, for the week of December 22nd. Happy solstice, winter solstice, by the way, tomorrow. Happy winter solstice. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. The days start to get brighter from here on out. Remember that. That's the important lesson with the solstice energy. I know we always look at it like, oh, it's the shortest day of the year. It's the darkest day of the year. But from that day on, every day the light grows. And that's the focus that you must take forward with you from that day on. Otherwise, you're starting, just think of it as your new year starting on December 21st, because it starts here. Think about it like that. Yes. I hope you don't get coal in your stocking. But if you do, let it be coal from West Virginia. I love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Are we astro traveling? That's a good idea. Are we astro traveling? Silent villain. Well, How about, are you astro traveling? How do I get a reading for my chart? Fairplay wants to know. You send me your digits. We start back up again next week. Or wait, actually, next week is the last Saturday of the month. So quick repeat. I'm here every Saturday night and we do this. The email is right below: birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Got to have all those digits. And that's how you get a reading. You show up at the live and you get in the queue. Okay. People who send a gift to the channel, I spend more time with their chart. People who just give me their digits and who show up, we get them in the queue. We give them a speed reading. That's what we do. Okay. But the last Saturday of every month is designated to private lives. So it's the same thing, but we do it privately. It's a small group of people. It's limited seating. Anybody wants to be part of that, just send an email to the same email address below that you send your birth digits, and I'll give you the details. And the second Saturday of every month, we are doing astrology classes, and it will not be on YouTube. So you have to send me an email if you want to be in on that. And they're done in a way where it's going to work for everybody, and it's going to be, doesn't matter where you're at, it'll work for everybody, and it will be a way where everybody will have accessibility to it, because that's important. And I think astrology is extremely important. So with that said, that's how you get a reading. And so next Saturday is the private lives, because it's the last Saturday of the month. And it's full. So yeah. Send emails if you want in on any of the stuff that's private, that's not on YouTube. That way you have to get, we have to arrange all that in advance. All right. So then you guys will see me back here on YouTube on the channel the following Saturday. Okay. And that's how, for those of you who just need a quick reading, we'll be here then the following Saturday. So with that, we're all set. I want everyone to have a great holiday. Don't overindulge for those of us that need it. Although I think it's I think it's going to be good in terms of, because we have Mars in Cappy, and Mars is very disciplined. And yes, I know Venus is in Saggy, and yes, Venus will be conjunct the galactic center and all that good stuff. But just remember, moderation, because Venus and Sag, she likes the wine. She wants to have a good time. Yes. Well, yeah, for anybody who's not going to be at the private lives, that's right. If I don't see you there, I mean, I know who's going to be there. I have it written down somewhere, and well, you know who you are for those who are already in. But yeah, then that means we'll see you guys next year. All right, Christy, it was so great to read your words of show me the money. I am so glad you're feeling better. Yes. All right, everybody, we are all done. We're all done. And I even think the weather is going to cooperate. Well, actually, it's over cooperation. I think for where we're at, I'm in the Chicagoland area. It's supposed to be damn near 60 degrees. We've had like such cold weather. It's been like sub-zero temperatures. And now it's going to be 60. My candle just went out. All right. That means the Starry Night Live is officially over. Take care, everybody. Have a great holiday. See you next year. And thank you to everybody who's given to the channel. Thank you very much. Peace.
Thank you.